Here's a GRE geometry question. Let's take a look. So we have two quantities here that we're comparing, quantity A and quantity B. The area of a square with a side length of x, or the area of a square with a side length of x to the power of 1/2. Well, let's talk about the weirdest part of this problem by far, which is this business, x to the power of 1/2. What does that mean? Well, this is a piece of knowledge that we have to have for the GRE. When you raise something to the power of 1/2, that's the same thing as taking the square root of it. So x to the power of 1/2 is the same thing as the square root of x. Now that we have that, you might say, well, this is easy, right? If I have a square with a side length of x, right, like this, there's a square that has a side length of x, so x by x, and this one is a side length of the square root of x, right? Square root of x, square root of x, well then game over, right? Quantity A has to be bigger, but not so fast. When we're doing quantitative comparison questions, we need to consider all the possibilities. And so it's true that if x were, say, equal to 4, and this were equal to 2, this would be greater. It would also be greater if x were equal to 100, and the square root of x were equal to 10. But what happens if x is equal to 0.25? What's the square root of 0.25? Use your calculator. You'll find that it's 0.5. So there is at least one case, as I've shown, where quantity B is greater. And because we have conflicting cases, the relationship cannot be determined. For more GRE tips and tricks, or to sign up for my online course, follow the link on my profile.